All right, hello everyone. Happy Monday. This is Evan with KWRI Marketing. Today we will be going over our command overview class. So this is going to be a brief overview of the command system. Today we do have more specific detailed videos on our YouTube page as stated. So feel free to go check that out where we do deeper dives into a lot of the subjects that we will be going over today. I do want to apologize again. Sometimes 8 people will be joining throughout the entire class. So if I pause for a second, it's most likely because I'm adding people into the group. So we'll get right back on task right away. All right. And then again, we do have a chat box as well. So if you have any questions during our training today, feel free to go ahead and put your questions in the chat box. And then I will circle back to answer those questions for you at the end of class. And then again, you can also email us at support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions that way as well. I will go ahead and put that in the chat for you as well. There you go. We do have a whole team that will be able to answer your questions as well. So either way, however you'd like to do it. All right, so let's get started. Again, this is going to be command overview class. So we're going to go ahead and get started by going to our sign-in page, which is going to be agent.kw.com. And it'll bring you to a screen that looks just like this. Now from this screen, you're going to use your KW username and your password in these boxes. The username is not case sensitive, however your password is. So be certain if your password has a capitalization in it, you do make sure there's it is capital. And then also be sure not to have a space before or after your password as well, because it will not accept it. If you are unsure about what you are typing in, you can click this little eyeball and it will show you what your password is. If you do not know your password, you are able to click this forgot password and it will send an email to your password recovery email that you have on file, which we will be going over in a little bit. And I'll show you where you can update that information. So if you ever need to reset your password, it's going to go to the correct email address. So we're going to go ahead and sign in. And this is going to bring you to your command dashboard. All right, so this is our command dashboard. If yours is looking a little differently, that is perfectly okay. There is different abilities to customize it. So if yours is not in this exact order, that's not an issue. And I'll be showing you how you can update and change that if you would like to. Sorry, still admitting some people in. All right, what I do want to do is go over all of the available widgets that you have on your dashboard. So the first thing you're going to see here is your tasks icon, your tasks widget. This is where you can find all of your past due and your upcoming tasks. You do also have the ability to create a task straight from this widget as well. Next over here, we do have our agent resource website. This is any events coming up from your market center is going to show here. You do also, if you are part of multiple different market centers, you will be able to click the drop down and select the market center that you are a part of, and it will update that information if they have anything posted on it. But this is where you'd be able to see that. You can also explore your preferred partners. We do next have our goals. Sorry. We do have our goals section. which is going to be right below it. This you can set up in the reports tab, and I will show you that in just a little bit, where you're able to set up your goals. But once you do set up your goals, it is going to provide that information down here. Like your leads, closed units, your GCI goal breakdown, things like that. Next, we do have our recent leads. Any recent leads that you may have come in are going to show here. It'll have their name, how many days ago. It'll show you the where this lead came from. So this won't be like app and site settings. You do it from landing pages. So it'll show you that information as well. And then next we do down here, we have our database health. This is going to show you basically how your 43% versus 71% of, I'm sorry about this, is your comparison to agents in your market center. So you also have percentage of database with 43% versus 71%, email addresses and neighborhoods, things like that. So you can kind of compare where you're at versus other agents in your market center. We do also have our notepads right over here next to that. This is where you can just jot down a quick note if you need to. If you're working on something and want to remind yourself to come back to it in a little bit, you can just jot a quick note. Next box, you're going to have your profit share information. If you want to just basically see like your downline, who your sponsor was, and you can just have that information here as well. And then you also have your product updates. This is going to keep you in the know about what's going on with KW and any updates coming to Command. So if you're one of those people like, ooh, I want to know when the agent websites are going to get an update, they will post them here in this box down here. Sorry, give me 1 second, letting some more people in. All right. So now we're going to go back up, and we're going to go to the right side. You're going to see this customize button. When you go ahead and click on the customize button, on the left-hand side, you're going to see all of the widgets that are available to add to your dashboard. Now, if there's anything that you do not want to include, you can just go ahead and click on the little box next to it, which will either check it or uncheck it. If it is not checked, then that means it will not appear on your dashboard. If everything is checked, you will see them over here on your right-hand side, and you are able to edit the way that these look here. So if you profit share, you want to see it, but you don't want it right in your face as soon as you log in, you can put it to the bottom. You can change it as well, however you would like. Once it is in order that you are happy with, you can just go ahead and click apply. And it is going to refresh on your homepage. So that's a pretty cool feature. Again, you can edit, add, remove, whichever you'd like, to make it look more like how you would like. Now, at the top left, you're going to see this dark header. And we're going to review everything that's in this header as well. All right, so first you're going to see we have 3 tabs: Command, Connect, and Command MC. The first one is going to be Command. This is how you're going to, you can access your Command profile. The next tab is Connect. This is going to means where you can get to your Connect profile and trainings, or your kwconnect.com. And then you have Command MC. This is only for if you are part of the leadership team. So any office staff will have should have Command MC. If you do not, then you may need to get with your MCA or your team leader and discuss how you can get access to that. Now, next, we're going to move right down the line. This is going to be our marketplace. Marketplace is going to be where you are able to download connecting services, basically like Twilio, MailChimp, things like that, that are able to connect with your Command account. It is represented by this little storefront icon. And again, you can connect third-party applications, like API Nation, things like that, that you can integrate with your account. So definitely worth a look into that if you want to pool other services. So, or you can always send us, if you have questions, send us an email. We'll be more than happy to assist you. The next is going to be the notification. This is going to the notification bell. This is going to let you know if you have any new notifications, which if there's a red dot, that means you have new notification and there will be a number next to it. If you click on the bell, it is going to show you basically your unread messages, how many messages you just kind of avoided, didn't open, and then messages that you have read. You are able to also click all notifications and kind of customize how you would like this to look. And then next to that, again, next to this bell and the number is going to be your profile. This is going to show you basically if you are on a team, this is where you will be able to see that information. Your team account will be shown right here. You will be able to tell what account you are in, your personal account or team account, by which one is right here at the top. So as you can see, we are currently in our personal account versus our team account. If we were to click to the team account, again, that's going to switch. And that this information will update. So we're going to go back into our personal account. Oops, sorry, give me 1 second. Okay. So scrolling down with within these, our drop down, we do have our referrals profile. We have my profile, we have settings, command training, and then our logout button. So we're going to come back up to the my profile, and we're going to go ahead and give that a click. So this is going to open up your profile information. The first thing that comes up is our public facing information. So you're going to see your about me section along with your name, your biography, your photo. And this is again going to be information on the public. So keep that in mind when you're filling this out. First thing I do want to point out to you as well is this little toggle switch over here on the top right. So display my profile on KW.com. If this is toggled on, that means all of this info, I don't know why I keep doing that. All of this information is going to be displayed for the public to see. If you have it switched off, they will not be able to see it. So just keep that in mind as well. If you scroll down, it does show you more information such as your languages spoken, your service areas, things like that. And then right below here, this is going to be your real estate license is not able to be edited. This will need to be edited by the Market Center staff. So keep that in mind if you're seeing that this is not filled in or it is incorrect, they will need to adjust that. And then you also have your contact information. How can clients and colleagues reach you? This is going to be the phone number that when they look you up, that they will see through any KW systems. All right, so gotta admit more people. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right, so scrolling back to the top. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this the side panel over here on our left, and we're going to go ahead and click on My KW. And when you do that, this is going to bring up all of the internal information about you. So this is the information that you filled out when you were signing up and you were sent the command invitation, the command invite. So here you're going to find like your system information, such as your KWUID. You may not hear that, and you may not hear people asking you that for that number too often, but if you do, this is where you would be able to find that number. Right below that, you do have your KW email address. This is where you're going to be able to manage that. So if you need to update your password for your KW email, things like that, you can click on this link and it will take you into where you're able to update that. Earlier when I was talking about at the beginning of the screen about if you need to click forgot password on the login screen, this is where your password recovery email is going to live. So if you ever need to update that to make sure you receive that link, this is where this email would be updated at. Here you do also have your username and you do have your password. So if you need to change your password, you can do that here as well. All right, next, we're going to have some personal information. So you can see all of that here, followed by the beneficiary information, some profit share, bank account, things like that. So your profit share information is going to live here as well, along with your sponsor and your primary market center, basically mapping which organizations are responsible for profit share growth, things like that. All right, next, if you look over here on the left, you have my affiliations, MLS listings, all the connections that your command is connected to. To basically pull in your listings when you have that connected. So if your MLS is synced, that is going to be done by your market center as well. Your staff will have to add that MLS information for you. And once you do that, you'll be able to pull over your MLS listings and things like that, which we'll show you at one of the widgets a little bit later on. Got more people coming in. All right, so we're going to go back to Command Home. And this is going to bring us back to our dashboard. And we're going to go and click back on our name up here in the top right. And again, this time we're going to go ahead and click on the settings. So when you click on your settings, it is going to bring you to the integrations page. This is where you're able to see all of the third-party platforms that you are connecting with your account. So on the left-hand side, you're going to see all the specific applications that you have, including DocuSign and Dotloop, and your different social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram. In the middle column is going to be the status of whether it is connected or not. And then on the right-hand side, you are able to see, you can manage those accounts. So we're going to go ahead and scroll down to the bottom. And we're going to go to this command email. Under the email services, you're going to see, again, the command email. And we're going to go ahead and click on manage. So with command email is when you go to send out any command mail, such as email, campaigns, things like that, or smart plans. This is the information where it's going to come from. So it's going to show this name here. So if you are using your legal name, but you have a nickname you like to go by, you are able to put that here. And then your reply to email is going to be what they see, it can like what they're going to reply to. So this information can be pulled from a couple different places. So you can select one of these, or you can edit this one if you would like to as well. Here you also have your monthly account usage where you can manage your subscription. You are allotted 5,000 emails per month. So just make sure you keep that in mind. You are able to upgrade that if you would like to pay for more, if you think you're going to use more than those 5,000 each month. And there is a new feature that they just unleashed, and it shows you your email health status. It shows here that this is good on ours. If you see anything other than good, we are going to be making videos and trainings about what this means and how you are able to rectify it. Because there will be a thing if you get any of your emails get spammed, a certain percentage of your emails being flagged as spammed, your email account will be frozen, meaning you won't be able to do email campaigns, things like that. They will suspend your account for 4 weeks, and there will be a button that's going to show here. I forget what it says, but you can click on it. They will require you to do a training class, and things like that. So we want to avoid that, which we will be providing more information from. I'm coming up within the next few days, so just make sure you always see this green. And then also what you can also see that without having to go into it, if you just scroll down here and check your email health status. So you're able to look at that in multiple different places. So all right, now going back over to the left-hand side, we're going to go ahead and click on Connect Settings. And then we're going to go ahead and click on our marketing profile. Okay. So all of this information that you see here and all these details that are going to be displayed, these are all going to be displayed on our KW website. This is all the information that you put in here that gets pulled to your website. So if you need to update any information, this is where it most likely will be done. You see over here, here's another toggle switch. Use my information to brand my KW agent site. If you don't use the KW website or you don't want your information showing to the public, you can just turn this off, and now your website's no longer going to be active. But we want ours on. So we're just going to turn it back on, acknowledge and continue. Good to go. First thing I'm going to show you next is we have our My Photo and Team logo. You are able to add your headshot here or any team info logo here. We do recommend putting a headshot in your team logo or like a generic KW logo. Reason being is when you send out an email campaign, there's automatically 2 spots for logos. So if you don't have any team logo added here, it's going to show up as a broken image. So we would definitely recommend making sure that there's something here, whether it's a KW logo, a team logo, a secondary headshot, something like that, or like a specific like your Market Center DBA logo too as well. Scrolling down, next we have my details. So you're going to put your details in here, and just keep in mind that anything that has this red star next to it means that it is required in order to save the page. So in order to update the information, everything with the red star will need to have something added to it. Scrolling down, we do have affiliations. So if you click on this, you're going to see all of the options that you can choose from. If any of these apply in terms of your military status. Below that, you have your biography. Again, this biography is what is going to show on your website versus the one that we saw earlier on your My KW tab. This is where it's going to pull onto your website. If you don't have a biography, you see how it is a required field. We suggest possibly just putting a period right here at the beginning, so that way you are able to save the page, and it gives you a little bit of time to work on getting your biography done so you can add it later on. Scrolling down, you do have your mobile phone, office phone options here as well. Again, these are required fields. Your email address and your website URL field. Okay, right below this is where we're going to have your Market Center brokerage information. This is where your Market Center like DBA logo, brokerage logo can go. And your Market Center information. A lot of times we fill this out for you during our initial setup. If you use us to onboard, this information will be filled out for you. And then we have some compliance information that is required by your Market Center. That's if your Market Center has a lot of any compliance information that is required. If not, you may see this blank. Not every state, every Market Center is required to have certain things. There are some that are more picky than others. So if your Market Center does, most likely this is where it's going to go. We also have a space for legal footer images. And then also we have our social media links and our Google Analytics ID here. So once you have everything filled out, just go ahead and click save. All right, so now we're going to go back to our command homepage by clicking on this little house here at the top. And what we're going to do for the remainder of our class is we are going to go through, we're going to go through all of these applets that we have on the side. So before I do, since we do have some people that have joined us since the beginning of the class, I just want to reiterate that this is our command overview class, meaning that this is going to be a brief overview of the command system. So if you see anything that you're interested in learning more about, you are able to send us an email to support@scottleroymarketing.com. And we'd be more than happy to assist you with providing trainings or more information. Or you could check out our YouTube page, and we would be more than there's all kinds of videos on there. We'd be more than happy to assist you with either way, however you want to reach out to us. So we'll make sure you get the information one way or another. All right, and also I did go ahead and put my email, our email address in the chat box. So if you want to email, that's where you can find it. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and drop them in the chat. And then at the end, I'm going to circle back and we'll get those answered for you. All right, so at the top left, you're going to see this red square with the KW logo in it. If you go ahead and click on this, you're going to notice that these icons expand so that we actually have the name of like what they are next to it. Some people find it's more easier to use it this way. Your preference, until you actually get the icon like symbols down, you can click on it and you can actually see what they are. Whichever works for you. All right, so the first thing we're going to see is our home page. This is how you can always get back to your dashboard. Next, we do have our contacts. This is where your contact database is, followed by tasks, which are basically your follow-up or reminders. You have your smart plans, which are your drip campaigns. Essentially, this is a communications plan that you will get your contacts on, so you can send them automated communications. You have your referrals profile and platform. Your opportunities is where your transactions are. And your campaigns are your social media advertising, direct mailers, email campaigns, reports and goals. This is where the goals can be found under the reports tab, which we will go into a little bit. We have your designs where you can create your create and find pre-made graphic designs for marketing and listings. You have your KWLS, which pulls from your MLS. And lastly, we have our consumer tab, which is your consumer app and your consumer website. This is where you're going to find the information, settings, and things like that, how to control that here. So we're going to go ahead and go into our contacts. All right, so this is our contact database. So the first thing I'm going to point out is here over on the right-hand side, you're going to see an import button. And if you click on this, it's going to give you the option to upload a file. So this is where you can upload, like if you have your contacts on a spreadsheet, like this is for multiple contacts and importing. Now, the import can be very tricky. So if you rather just have somebody else deal with it, send it to us, support@scottleroymarketing.com, along with your KW username and password. We'll be more than happy to get that file reformatted for you and imported into your account. Keep in mind also that if you are trying to import contacts from your mobile device, you're able to do that from using the Command Mobile app. Super easy. We do have a video on that on our YouTube page as well. So definitely go ahead and check that out. And I'll show you where to find how to look for stuff on YouTube and at the end of the class. So and if you need a template, there is the download template here, which will download the template for you, and you can just plug in the information. But it does get kind of confusing. All right, so next we do have our add contact button. This is where you will be able to add a contact. If you just have one or two you want to add, you can just click on the add contact and add the information. You do have the add more information button down below. And this is what's going to allow you to add things such as addresses, additional emails, more birthdays, home, things like that. There's a lot of great information that you can have. Just like the Connect profile, there is an asterisk next to anything that you do that is required information. And for a contact, the only thing they require is a name. So that's pretty cool. All right, and then next we have these three dots. These are going to be our export options. So you have like the export all owned contacts. You can export mailing labels via CSV or PDF format, whichever you prefer if you like that. Moving towards the left-hand side now, we have a search bar where you can search by any of these options that you see here. You have your filters, which you can put in specific criteria to find certain contacts. And then we have the smart view, which is essentially saving a filtered search for easy viewing. So if you have something you're constantly setting filters for to find, you can create it as a smart view. So that way you don't have to always do that. You can just click smart view and then we're gonna do class view. And then it's gonna pull all of the contacts that you have saved under that. All right, next we're looking at this dark header here. And it's going to provide the categorized information up at the top, and then it's going to have the information below for the specific contacts. If there is something that is missing, you can go ahead and click on the customize columns. And again, just like kind of like our dashboard, customizing that, you will be able to customize your contacts. So if you want certain information to show, certain information not to show, you just check or uncheck it here. And then on this right side is going to be how you are able to order the information seen. So if you want the primary email to be first, just go ahead and slide it up. Click apply. And then now your primary email is going to be right here. I'm actually going to go ahead and just change that back just in case somebody's using the account. All right, now you can also change the view of the dashboard. So right here next to it, this is our list view, which this icon right next to it here is going to change it to, I'm sorry, we no longer have our heading. It's going to change it to more of a list view with expanded sections for it. Again, we don't have the header, we don't have that all those different fields of information going along, but you are able to still see the general information that is needed. And then if you click back here, it's going to pull it back this way. If you were to click next over here where it says show 1 through 10, this will be able to show how many contacts you want be able to view at the same time. So with this smart view, we have 44 contacts, but right now we can only see 10 of them. So if we change that to 50 contacts, now we're going to be able to see all of the contacts just by scrolling. Again, this is just another preferential thing for you. If you don't want to see so many, then you can just click the arrow like this. So the last thing I'm going to show you is when you click on a contact name, it will open up the contact card on the left-hand side. You're going to see all of the contact information. And then on the right-hand side, you're going to see the contact timeline. And then other like opportunities, all these other things that you may have set up with this contact. Pretty cool. All right, next we're going to go over to tasks. So this is our task dashboard. So the first thing we're going to look at is our 3 tabs up at the top. You're going to see that you have a few different lists. I'm sorry, a few different lists. So you have a to-do list, a completed list, and an archive list. So the to-do list that you are currently seeing is active, whether it's past due or it's about to come up as due. That maybe not have completed yet. You have the completed section, which are just tasks that have already been completed. And then you have your archive, which basically if it's not deleted, they're just archived. All right, and if we go over here to the right, you do have the button to create a new task. If you wanted to create a new task for yourself, you just click on this, and then you just follow the information, fill out the information that you would need to provide for the task. So the task name, if you want to link to a contact or link to an opportunity, and the description, your due date, things like that. Once you are finished, you just go ahead and click create down here at the bottom, and then it will populate into your to-do list. All right, and then you do have a search feature as well. So you can search for a task name. You can add a filter option as well. All right, next we're going to go ahead and move over here to the left. We're going to go ahead and go to Smart Plans. All right, Smart Plans again are essentially like a drip campaign. It's where you're able to set up automated communications with your clients. Really great feature. All right, so first we're going to go ahead and take a look over here at this tab that says Library. Sorry, somebody's trying to request permission to share their screen. Sorry about that. It keeps notification keeps popping up. All right, so this is the Smart Plan library. It's a public Smart Plan library. So this is where it's going to provide smart plans from like KWRI and other agents for you to be able to utilize for your own contacts. One of those things is why create something basically that's already been done. Come over here and you can search for something versus trying to create it first. So a lot of times somebody probably already has created a smart plan for it. So You can search for a smart plan name. Say it's Thanksgiving coming up and you want to see if there's any good Thanksgiving smart plans. You can search for one here. You can also set filters to what you're seeing down here. This blue section is our featured smart plans. You can see how many steps that these smart plans have, how long the duration of them is, and how many touches. Meaning this is shows one touch, meaning it's just one form of communication with your client. This one has two different touches, and I'll show you a little bit more about that in just a second. You can see that how many downloads it has and how many star reviews. So if you know if it's kind of low, obviously you may not want to use it. You may want to find something with a higher review rating. Some people may know who Marty Miller is. If not, Marty Miller creates a lot of great content on YouTube and other places for agents and training with Command, as well as we do. So don't feel free to check out our videos as well. You are able to make sure you are able to view the steps of the smart plan. And as you move along with KW, you start getting used to smart plans, you'll understand these a little bit more, what they mean. So phone call, delayed 30 days, restart smart plan. So basically it's saying it's going to be a phone call to follow up with this person, is going to wait 30 days, and then it's going to start back over again. So it's one phone call every 30 days, basically. You do have the Keller Williams section here. These are smart plans published by Keller Williams International. So these are great smart plans as well. And you can review these and scroll through these as well. If you want to add any of these smart plans to your smart plan library, you just click add smart plan, plan name. You do my birthday, you can change it whatever you would like, and then you're just going to click download right here. Once you click download, it is going to bring it to my smart plans. You'll be able to see it in this list here, which you see we have a lot that we used or have created. Sorry, 1 second. All right. And then you can also just like contacts down here, we're reviewing 1 through 25 out of 76. So if we needed to view the rest of them, we can just click the arrow over and it'll take us to the next list. All right, so from here, you'll be able to click on this down arrow and see all of the steps for the smart plans from here. You'll be able to see these little eyeballs next to some of them. That means that somebody's currently on the smart plan, and the number is going to show you how many people. So if you see an eyeball, it means that it is currently active and running with people attached to it. You can also add your contacts from over here on the action side. And you can also edit the smart plan by clicking the edit button right here, the pencil next to it. And then you can copy, publish to library, delete from here. But this is active, so you can't delete it. But if this is the smart plan you created and you want to publish it, so other people can use it, you can click publish to library here, and that's what's going to be able to publish it for anybody else that has a Command account to be able to utilize that. If you would like to create your own smart plan, again, why create the wheel if you don't have to? But if you just see something that's not there and you want to make one, click create here, and then you will just follow the steps. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and go over to our left-hand side again, and we're going to go to the referrals tab. Can be a little slow, sorry. All right, so this is the referrals dashboard. So one thing I like to keep in mind, if you are a new agent and you are not seeing anything showing up on the referrals page, that is normal. Sometimes it can take up to 2 weeks to get access to the referrals platform. Because keep in mind, it is compiling a bunch of information about you, your statistics, things like that, in order to compile your referrals profile. So just keep that in mind. If you don't see any information, don't freak out. It's most likely very normal. If it's been a while and you don't see anything, then reach out to us or reach out to KW support, and then we'll look into it further from there. All right, so and again, keep in mind too with these referrals, this is for Keller Williams agents to Keller Williams agent referrals only. So any outside referrals you will not be able to do through here. You have to get with your market center and possibly see how they do those kind of referrals if you are unaware. All right, so starting up here, we're looking at our dashboard up at the top. You have your referrals overview. This is just going to provide some metrics about your referral business. And then below that is going to be your referral network. So these are all of the agents that you have added to your referral for easy access to be able to check out their profiles, things like that, all their name, their statistics, and create a privacy note. And you can send them a referral straight from this dashboard. If you're looking to send a referral out, you can also click on the new referral at the top. When you do that, you have two options. You can either find an agent or you can select an agent from your referral network. And then from there, you'll just go ahead and put in all of the referral information and you will click send. And it will send it to that agent. All right, so going back up to the top, looking at our tabs, next we're going to click on my referrals. This is going to provide an overview of all of your referral business. So you're able to see all of your sent and all of your received referrals business. And again, you can send a referral form, referral from this page as well in the top right. And basically, it's the same way as we showed you on the previous page. Next is going to be our map. So this is where you're able to find and add agents to your referral network. The first thing we have here is our search bar. And you're going to see this drop down next to it. This is going to give you the options, a few options of how you can search. You can do by market center, my network, or referral patterns. You can do search map. And it's going to bring us to that area. And then it's going to populate some results based off of the area that I'm looking at. So you can use your mouse to scroll in more. And you're going to see the results are going to change over here on the right. So this is going to give you more specific results for the area, depending on how far you're zoomed in. You can filter the search results here. Specializations are shown here at the top. You can do languages spoken, closed area, basically any information that you're looking for with this referral agent you're searching. Once you have the results that you would like, you can click apply filter and it's going to update on the screen. So these are going to change down to now there's only 36. Once you get the filter to where you would like, you can click on the drop down and it's going to give you that agent's information. So the agent's stats, their contact information, things like that. If you find an agent that you would like to send a referral to or add to your referral network, you'll be able to add them from here. They're using this button, and the button right next to it is going to be to send them that referral. Now, if you wanted to broadcast the referral, you have that option too here as well. All right, and then next we also have your new referral button next to that. Again, that's just going to be just like on the other two pages if you wanted to create a new referral. We're going to go ahead and go over to our opportunities next. All right, sorry, just making sure this loads completely. Okay. So opportunities again is where all of your transactions live. The first thing that you're going to see up at the top, you're going to see the if you're on a team, it is going to automatically default onto your team count. Next is going to show your personal, and then you have the all opportunities option next to it. Again, and when you first click on it, it is going to default to this account. Sorry about that. You have the opportunity, the option right over here as well to import. If you use dot loop, you're able to import loops from the import option here. It's going to pull your command pipelines, things like that, the options for you to be able to import from. Next, we have the create opportunity, where you're able to start an opportunity from scratch. Make sure that if you are in multiple market centers, you click on the market center that you are using, that you use for the opportunity here. Because keep in mind, you cannot transfer opportunities. So if you create it under the wrong market center, you will have to go back and create it later on. And keep in mind as well, there's also these red asterisks that you will need to make sure that you fill out each one of these before you're able to save. Once you do that, it will add it to your pipeline below. So there are a few different pipelines here. So they're broken down into listings, buyers, and leases. You do also have your ratio down here. And then we have the activity tracker down here as well. So if you scroll back up, you're going to see that the pipelines are also split into various different phases. You can see down below that there is a number. This is going to show you that how many transactions or how many opportunities you currently have in that phase, followed by the volume of those transactions and the average time that these opportunities have spent in that phase. Moving down the line over here to the right, you do have the GCI. So you have the potential income, the total commission for all opportunity listings, and then you also have the probable income here, which is the adjusted commission based on each stage's probability to close. These numbers will change as the opportunities edited, as opportunities move through the phases. So don't worry about if you see that these changing. That's happens very frequently. And then, I'm sorry, you can also move these from phase to phase. If you click on the appointment, you're able to grab and just transfer it over to the next one. Or if you're moving it out of appointment, you can go ahead and just drag it to where it's at. Now you'll find it under contract. We're going to go back to that. This tab up here, you are able to also click all opportunities, and it is going to pull the complete list of all of your opportunities here. Versus how you can see them in the pipeline view. This is more breaking it down to what you need to do with the opportunity. If you need to make some edits, you can click on it. And it's going to pull you into that opportunity where you have your documents sections, your offers and commissions, things like that. So next, we're going to go ahead and go to our campaigns. So this is our campaigns dashboard. So looking at our dashboard, this is just going to be a bunch of helpful tips and training. So on the right hand side, you have your get started links. These are great ways, of course, to get started. And it says this because where you are able to manage your social posts and your channels. You have your paid ad quick start, which is the great way to be able to just go right into the dashboard for the paid ads. This is what the new dashboard looks like if you have not been utilizing it if you haven't utilized it for a while. So again, if you're wanting to do a listing with a single image or video, this is going to be able to go to Facebook or Instagram, things like that. And then you can attract sellers. And a lot of people do know, some may not, you are now able to also do TikTok ads. So this is another cool little feature that they've recently come out with. So this is your paid ads dashboard. Next, we have our emails. This is going to be our emails that we send out. So like email campaigns, things like that. You have your overview of emails that have been sent, and the ones that are still in draft. You can see the status here. You can create the emails. So if you're wanting to do direct mail, you can click email, social post, and that's how that's where you create your campaign. You can see the payment center as well, see what payments have processed. You have your direct mailers, so such as like postcards, things like that. You can set up through the direct mail option, which each page is going to give you this option to create campaign. You just have to make sure you select which one you're wanting to do. I don't know why I keep right clicking. And then you have your social post, which is able to manage your social media posts. You just click on what day you're wanting the post and you click create. All right, next we're going to go into our reports. Give this a second to load everything. Okay. So this is going to be what the reports dashboard looks like. You're going to see your database health is going to tell you how you're doing in terms of the information that you have in your database. So it's going to tell you, phone numbers, how many percentage of the contacts you have in your database have phone numbers, emails, and all these other informations. You also have your database activity score down below this. So this is basically showing that what the percentage of your contacts you've reached out to in the past 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, things like that. You can also compare and you can also filter that. You do also over here have your sources. Next, we're going to have our reports. You will see that you have this drop down that's going to show you your different report options. So goals report, opportunity reports. So your database report, just keep in mind, the more information you plug into, you plug into your database, the more information that these reports are going to be able to provide you. You have goals, opportunities. You can also export your reports here. Next, we have our goals section. So this is where you're going to be able to do your goal setting for the year. So you see 2024 goals, and then you have the goal setting buttons right here. And when you click on that, it is going to open up another page outside of command for you to start putting your goals in. Once you have your goals in, it will then start updating this information. So as you scroll down, you're going to see that there's a bunch of different graphics too that are pulling this information. This is going to be information that you have in command versus the goals that you just set. So keep that in mind that what it's going to be comparing. Next, we have lead routing. So this is going to be if you're like on a team that's going to be set up through the Rainmaker, the team account. So if you're not on a team, don't worry about this. Next, we're going to move over to emails. This is going to be the email metrics of emails sent. So the different colors are going to represent different places where these have came from. So you can set the applet to campaigns. And then the month, let's just go ahead and go back to October so you can see, and you can change again, like obviously I just did. So you could change the month if you want to see the metrics for that month. Just trying to find one that actually has some good metrics for you. Doesn't really look like we have one with too many good metrics. So, all right. So as you can see, we've only done 3 emails out of the 5,000 limit. This is going to help you keep track of the percentage. You can view the details here. Your delivery and engagement is going to be shown right below that. So how many emails were delivered, how many were not, and how many were actually open versus how many were clicked, things like that. You can actually view, let me find one because I want to show you, sorry. Trying to find one where I can show you these, click on these and well, whenever they show undelivered, like there'll be a number here, you can click on view details and it's going to show you the email address and things like that, that information out here that was undelivered. And then how many how many emails have been marked as spam in the last 30 days. This is going to go back to where I showed you at the beginning with your email health, your health qualities at, and there was that green bar. If you have over a certain percentage marked as spam, which I believe it was 0.03, it's going to require you to take a class and it's going to pause your email capabilities for 4 weeks. So kind of a big deal, but you can also track that here. Next, you have your designs applet. Designs is basically kind of like a Canva, but it's in command. If you prefer Canva, there's nothing wrong with that. You can create your designs in Canva and you are able to import your design over. This is basically your designs homepage where you have any of your saved creations basically here. You can also create design, select which kind of design you're wanting to create. So you have your email designs, social, print, video designs. All of those options are here. And that's going to basically determine what kind of templates and things are going to pull up for you afterwards. So, and you have your listings as the next section. Once you have your MLS connected, your listing information will be able to show up here. You can create your new listings and just view all the property information as well. And then the last section today is consumer. So this is what the new consumer homepage or dashboard looks like. If you do not see this big blue bar thing right here in the middle of the page, then that means you most likely are using the old version of the website. Nothing wrong with that. We are still able to assist you. There's still a lot of great things you can do with that. But before you upgrade your website, reach out to us because there is some information you need to know, such as any created pages, such as landing pages, things like that. will not transfer over. So you do need to be able to save that information. And we'll be able to assist you with that, send you some great videos on how you can do that. If you do have the new website, this is what you should see. We're going to scroll down. We'll come back up here in just a second. But you have your website settings, such as your subdomain. This is what's going to be typed into the URL for people to find your KW website. You are able to update that here. Just make sure you click Save Changes. And if it is not available, then it will revert back to your previous subdomain. If you do not have one set up yet, this will be blank, or I think it says something, but like a gray text for you to create it. Your app URL settings, you're no longer to change your app URL. For some reason, they kind of disabled this feature for a while now. But you are able to copy your app URL from clicking this. A great thing that you are able to do, or we can do for you, is copying this app URL and creating a QR code that you can send to clients, things like that, and it will take them to your app where they can view properties, and then you'll be able to track information. So great information, great tools for you. Preferences. This is basically going to say, do you want your Keller Home Loans displayed on your app and website? Things like that. You can change that here. And then you have forced registration, which is pretty cool, meaning that if you have somebody new who's a potential client coming to your website, you say, I only want them to be able to view 2 different properties before it makes them register with my website. Meaning that when they register, their information is going to go into your command database as the lead. And then you'll be able to also follow along with any properties that they're liking and things like that straight from that contact card. So that's pretty cool here. Scrolling back up, you do have your testimonials tab, which this is basically pulled from your old KW website. This is not where, if you need to update your testimonials, this is not where you go. We do have videos on how to do that on our YouTube channel, or you can send us an email to get that information updated. It's super easy. And then collections are basically saved searches that you have for your clients. You can create a collection by clicking over here, or you can do it through the client's contact card directly, whichever way works for you. All right, next we're going to click on Edit My Website. This is going to bring you to basically like the dashboard and the back end side of your website. As you see, it kind of looks a little more techy, things like that. So first you have your website URL here. You are able to just right click on it, open in a new tab, and it's going to take you to your new agent website, which this is what it looks like if you have not seen the new agent websites yet. From here, you're not able to edit anything. This is just the view for it. If you are on a team and you have set up your new team websites, which yes, that is a great new feature if you have not known about it. If you're on a team, you can have your own team website. You click on your name, and then it'll be the dream team. So now we're going to switch over, and now it's to our team website, which looks almost identical to the individual one, but this one's going to have team branding and the team information down here. And then we just go back to the other one. You also have some quick start options right below this, which are going to be custom pages, landing pages. You have your default pages and any custom pages you have created here, and custom modules created here. And these are going to be the links to them. So, and custom landing pages. So pretty cool, great information. If you have any questions, again, feel free to send us an email, support@scotlandwordmarketing.com. I'm going to go ahead and head to the chat. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to assisting you.